great job with Mad Raider as well, making their choices in No Tilt League Special Edition, and it will be JupiterKing and Anaban, so we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. But to finish answering your question, Chivas for Anaban ended up giving him the correct matchup about 60% of the time. It was really, really good in terms of their research and deck choices. It's hard to maintain that level of good deck picking throughout, but if they can give him an even closer, if you give Anaban a 55-45 advantage consistently throughout matchups, you start to get, you have a player who is so good mechanically with so many different decks, and we'll talk about that more as we jump into game number 1 here of our 1v1 set. Anaban top of your screen, JupiterKing at the bottom. And to continue that same thought, Anaban's a player who is not a one-trick, and instead he's mechanically really, really good with every single card. It makes him very versatile. And so part of that with how good Chivas is at analysis is you can really give him anything to play and he can play it well. It gives their analysis team a lot of flexibility. And those two things combined are part of why Anaban was so successful in No Tilt.
And it makes it so incredibly difficult for your opponent to game or strategize against someone like that when they are as versatile as they are and when they can really lean into favorable matchups. So JupiterKing here at the bottom of your screen, Anaban at the top, two people that really, really had their coming out party with No Tilt and the things that Koji and Mondo are doing over there. And I'm very, very excited to see what both of them can do here in CRL. You've heard their names for years and years, especially Anaban when it comes to ladder. This is a big-time 1v1 matchup.
Yeah, I mean, both these rookies, but it's funny to say rookie with the experience level between the two of them overall. JupiterKing crush it at No Tilt, Anaban crush it at No Tilt, and of course Anaban known as the king sniper on ladder, but yeah, he's certainly adding more to that reputation now with the way he's performing in the professional leagues. We'll see if he does more here, and it's looking like Anaban is just going straight Anaban here. Very, very interesting.
And I really like the Lumberjack up front to rage up the P.E.K.K.A, protect it from that Inferno Dragon. He gets the reset. Baby Dragon now distracting the Inferno, and then raged up Baby Dragon getting a couple belches in. Yes, JupiterKing ended up getting the best that he could out of that situation, but Anaban did a great job of taking his elixir advantage and turning up the heat.
So a pretty quick cycle graveyard deck for JupiterKing. Dark Prince and Inferno Dragon. You understand why the Inferno Dragon's in here up against Anaban. Anaban known very much for P.E.K.K.A Loon, and you see the P.E.K.K.A here, so we'll see what the rest of this looks like, but definitely happy to have that Inferno Dragon is JupiterKing as we go into the final minute of regulation play. Double elixir time kicking off, and a second graveyard, just put a little pressure there on the back end.
Yeah, and I'm really curious to see what other spells Anaban has here. There's the balloon coming out behind the P.E.K.K.A. I think we all were expecting it, but now it's going to be about getting that balloon to the tower. There's the freeze. Now finally turns around. JupiterKing's like, look, man, we all know you very, very well. He saves and holds the Goblin Cage, and that was some really, really nice defense from the tribe representative.
So fans of Anaban have to be going nuts right now. P.E.K.K.A Loon freeze in his very first game of CRL. Very interesting. Although with Snowball, the cage to pull things around, and the Inferno Dragon, we'll see if JupiterKing can hold off against that combination. Puts down another graveyard in the back, keeping pressure on the opposite side. Poison for the Ice Wiz and a little bit on the tower as well. So right now it's JupiterKing with the lead as we go into sudden death overtime. 1175 right-hand side for the Chivas representative, and 1906 on that right-hand side, and a solid kite getting that rage up. Lumberjack away from the action, but it comes back due to the Dark Prince. Freeze up high right now. Anaban trying to get that P.E.K.K.A to go on tower. Might a balloon come around the back end once that Inferno Dragon goes down.
There's the balloon coming out. Archer's coming down to defend. JupiterKing really, really hanging on here still. I mean, this is the thing, is he's got such a great quick cycle, and he's all the answers that he pressure on the tower with the graveyard, and then poison out units to defend.
Ice Golem kiting away on the P.E.K.K.A. This time JupiterKing not going to make that same mistake. A Tornado pulls it all together with the freeze. Baby Dragon trying to get some splash damage on tower, doesn't do it. Behind by a couple hundred HP is Anaban. JupiterKing putting pressure on the opposite side. There is a half-health P.E.K.K.A going on the left-hand side, but this graveyard all over the tower on the right. 48 seconds left.
And he can just kite that P.E.K.K.A around all day long, no problem. You get the tank coming down for the archers with the Ice Golem that is hiding the pack. Freeze comes in again for Anaban, but he's already back around. He, being JupiterKing, to any tank that he needs. Archer's still alive in the back, and then an easy Poison Graveyard on top of that Princess Tower in the top right. And Anaban is now feeling the pressure, knowing that there's no way for him to stop these pushes. JupiterKing maybe was looking for that deck, and he put it to work.
There you go, JupiterKing taking game number 1. What an exciting game back and forth. You saw Anaban maybe expecting some of the moves that came on, but in the end, JupiterKing goes, yes, you expect this, but I have this cycle in perfect position to take care of those offensive pushes. And you saw Anaban trying to keep the pressure on. In the end, Graveyard too much for him in this opening game. JupiterKing with an excellent debut, rookie versus rookie, 1-0 to 0-1 to kick off their Clash Royale League campaigns.
So these numbers here, if you take a look at the stats, and it's just varied by the numbers, just straight down the middle. JupiterKing had all the answers. His cycle was in the correct place. He did a great job of holding his snowball, holding his Goblin Cage, making sure those balloons never got drops. And this is a moment here where we're seeing that Pekka just walked all the way to the left side of the map. Now she's going to walk all the way back.
Legendary moment. It didn't pull off, so we'll see what he does here in game 2 against JupiterKing.
I mean, if it does work out, he looks like a genius. He looks like a god. He looks like the greatest ladder guy that moved into CRL and ran his deck. But here's the thing. It's CRL. It's not no tilt. Is it the same level? Yes, they're all pros. They're all the best in the world. But for some reason here, it feels like it was just the wrong decision. I love the idea of busting out in week 3 or week 4, or maybe even the first week of playoffs if they make it there. Throw your opponent for like, wow, he finally did it. Not like, oh yeah, first game, first match, first opportunity, there it is, let's counter it. So here we go.
You know, I am not super surprised, Andrew, to see 3M Royal Hogs as the deck pick for JupiterKing in game number 2. I have to admit, I am surprised to see 3 Musketeers played this early into the game and to this much success. Anaban, I guess, didn't have the right cards the way he wanted. He poisoned the 2 Musketeers, put a Baby Dragon on one side, but look at the damage here. So you open up, you cycle. You don't just open up, you cycle to 3 Musketeers to make them your first real play of the game. And you'd think this would be a total disaster for JupiterKing, ends up working out perfectly.
I mean, JupiterKing must know this deck in and out, right? He sees the 2 cards in his opening hand with the Ice Golem and the Heal Spirit, and he goes, all right, well, I know what the other 6 cards are. There's a pretty good opportunity I can get to a big offensive blow here if I want to sell all out. So what does he do? He cycles. There's the 3 Musketeers. There's the Royal Hogs. They're all in hand. He goes for it. And Anaban, clearly, you know, you see the Baby Dragon, you see the Barbs, and the Miner. You're like, all right, he's going to the skies. How can he recover?
Yeah, this is going to be rough. 3 Musketeers against Lava Hound. We'll see how Anaban chooses to go through, and a Royal Delivery on top of it. Everything going wrong for Chivas Esports.
And
this
the Heal
is
Spirit.
looking very much like a 4-game sweep for Tribe to open things up.
Look at that beautiful Heal Spirit coming in on top of the Hunter, helping clean things up. That Musketeer is still alive, man. That is what I love to see, and that's what JupiterKing has done handedly in these 2 games. He's protecting the girls. He's protecting his incredibly high DPS ground units in the Musketeer and the Archers time and time again. And it's just beautiful plays here from Jupiter. I mean, Anaban is just caught looking straight up, and as he said, it couldn't go any worse for him when you see that Royal Delivery come in, and then the Hunter. It's just bad news.
Yeah, we don't talk about the actual matchup that much, Andrew, but this is one of those 4-0 sweep to start off CRL 2020 for Tribe Gaming. High expectations met and leapt over Tribe Gaming. 4-0, clean, beautiful play, and got it done in match number 1. And this so far is the fastest we've seen it go here at CRL in 2020.
I mean, it's day 2, and that was straight up dominance. We have not seen that happen yet. That is a 4-game, 2-set sweep by your 4th seed here from our power rankings, doing exactly what they hoped to do, doing exactly what some thought they couldn't. And honestly, Tribe is one of the teams where I was wondering if something was a little bit off. I am so happy to say, and I'll say it right here on broadcast, I was very wrong, and I'm happy that I was wrong. This was so fun to watch. And here we go, JupiterKing running the Royal Hogs, 3M. We all know this deck. We've run into it before, but he played it brilliantly. I'm a little confused about the begetting. I feel like Anaban would have been able to defend a little bit better, but I think it was just a bad sequence of what he poisoned and what he decided and where he decided to drop his barbs. But, you know, two rookies coming out today, and, you know, welcome to CRL.
Yeah, here we go. The tower fall on the left-hand side going to be simple. And then the defense here on the right-hand side. You see just a single Musketeer. He split 2 to the left, 1 to the right. And you're going, okay, there's a pretty big push coming that side. Oh, no, Royal Delivery, Hunter. 1, 2, and that was the end. That's it. There's no recovering from that. GG, well played. Regroup for next week.
And he does